Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live watch along of the Spain versus Belgium game, where we just sort of like just watch along and have a bit of fun and just talk about what's pending with the Bora. Please put in your comments. Please put in your comments. Put in your comments, guys, and let's see. Let us know what you're thinking, where you're watching from. If you are watching all the stuff as the good stuff. Yeah, man. God bless. Let's pray for the people in Almeria who have been affected by the wildfires. Bora is Bora, but people's lives are way more important. Also, let us pray for the xenophobic violence that's happening in South Africa. Let us pray for the people that are being displaced and being unfairly blamed for economic issues that belong to other people. So God bless the people in Almeria in Spain. So anyway, the Bora is begun. The first thing I have to say though, right off the bat, is that all the fuss that was made about the coach dropping De Bruyne and Doku, like how after they were 2-0 down to Senegal, right? And then De Bruyne and Doku, he subbed off De Bruyne and Doku, and then he brought on that, and then the next match he didn't start them again, and they were amazing against against USA. Now we're looking at them. He started them again, so I don't know what's going on, man. It's so funny because I got a cousin of mine who hates Doku. Like, he really hates Doku. One of the things he doesn't like about Doku is that he says the guy never passes the ball. Never passes the ball. All the fancy dribbling and stuff, but there's no end product. Now I quite like Doku, but as soon as that statement came out, and then Belgium were doing very well, right? Belgium were doing very well. He was like, "Ha ha! See, I told you so. I told you so." But now we see that that they're starting again. So, guys, please leave your comments down below. Let me know where you're watching from and everything. So far, it looks like a good start for Belgium. They seem like the guys that are on fire. Spain has really been rather disappointing this tournament, right? They really should have lost to Portugal, but were lucky to score in the last minute. Portugal, for some reason, wanted to commit switch pipe and play Ronaldo. I don't know why they want to start Ronaldo every single time. It made no sense. Portugal decided to play with 10 men. I don't understand why they would do that. It just doesn't make much sense to me. But anyway, Spain were very underwhelming against Portugal. But we'll see. It seems like this game is a lot of energy in this game so far from everyone. Yo, Fari in the house. How's it going, brother? How's it going, brother? How's it going, brother? Yuri Tillman's on the bench. What do you think of starting lineup, man? What do you think of starting lineup? Remember all the fuss was being made about leaving De Bruyne and the Doku on the bench. Now they're starting. So, it's one of those things. One of those things, bro. It is hilarious, though. Yeah, more Hollywood stars. Oh yeah, this match is being played in your neighborhood, right, Fari? It's being played in your neighborhood. It's being played in your neighborhood. The stadium, I think, is one of the most beautiful stadiums on earth, man. If not the most beautiful stadium on the planet. Man, I've seen pictures from outside. I've seen pictures from inside. All the commentators are like, "This is just a magnificent stadium and the best stadium they've ever been in." So it's a beautiful place to play Bora. And Los Angeles, Los Angeles, that's a Spanish name, right? And Tillman's on the bench may have played a factor in selection. Yeah, for real. Los Angeles, that's Spanish, right? So, they do speak Spanish a lot in LA. That's what we see from the movies. So this could be like sort of like a home match for Spain. Las Roja. But Spain have got a good team. Very, very good team. But Belgium do have the firepower. They do have the ability to beat the Spanish team. But we'll see what happens. Maybe just because Portugal are really good, so we don't know. We don't know. Las Roja. But so I says it feels like a deep pit. I've been there, and it feels like you're looking down on the field. Oh, okay. So it's not really. So you're saying it's not a good viewing stadium. It's not a good viewing stadium, but aesthetically, it looks very, very pleasing. Very, very pleasing. I actually haven't been to a lot of big stadiums. I've actually been to a lot of big stadiums. Huh? If I'm thinking about it. The biggest stadium I think I've been to ever is National Sports Stadium in Harare. When I was in England, I did go to Old Trafford, but I never went. I never watched a match. Hey, Doku! Hey, Iwe! But does he pass? Doku looking good, bruv, so far. Like, but he always looks good dribbling. If you're on the low seats, I'm sure it's nice, but up top the players are small. It's huge. The cheap seats are tough, bro. The cheap seats are tough everywhere, Fari. The cheap seats are tough everywhere. The thing, though, I think you go to live sporting things to enjoy the atmosphere, right? Because you don't really see as much as you see if you're watching if you're watching television, right? Because television you get to see the replays, you get to see all the nitty gritty stuff, But when you're watching from like a sort of like live, you don't really get to see as much as you do when you're watching on TV. However, the atmosphere, I don't know, man. I don't know what people think. Like, do you think it's better to watch sports live, or do you think it's better to watch on TV? Are there certain sports that are better watching live than on TV? I don't know. I think that a sport that I've watched the most of is cricket, which I've watched live is cricket. I watched a lot of live cricket. And to be fair with you, I don't know what's better. I do enjoy watching cricket live, especially Test cricket. I love watching it live, you know. But when you're watching it at home and you can see the replays and everything, you know. Yeah, yeah. Love this atmosphere. It's hard to do. Yeah, you can't beat the atmosphere, man. Live for sure, for sure. Especially like because like even the whole like the build up, like when you're traveling to the stadium, and then like I used to go watch football in when I used to live in Plymouth in England. I used to go watch local football every Sunday because my landlord had season tickets. So I used to go almost every weekend because his son was quite young, and his dad was quite poorly. His dad was quite sick, so he couldn't go with him as much as he wanted him to. So I used to go quite a lot, and it was just like the atmosphere walking to the stadium, walking to the stadium, going to the pub before, then walking with the fans and then jumping in there, then the war cries. It's just nothing beats that. I mean, nothing beats that. That's why stadiums are full, I guess. So far, the game is 50-50. Las Rojas. I don't know what the nickname of Belgium is, actually. But Spain looks good so far. They look better than they've looked in any other game I've seen so far. But I think it's a true test for Spain. But anyway, the thing what sucks about this quarterfinal is that whoever wins this, right, is gonna face France. So like that's the big gift you get. You get to face France. And France right now they look superb. They look superb. Yep. So Fari, who's your money on? Who's your money on? This is my assessment of the game. I think if Belgium score early, that's the only chance of winning this game, right? Because I look at the Spanish midfield is much younger than the Belgian midfield, right? With De Bruyne and them cats. And so I think the longer the game goes, when De Bruyne's legs go, that'll be the end of the game. That'll be the end. I think Spain will dominate. So I think that Belgium have got a couple of minutes to do well, which is like the first half, I assume. And that's it. Yeah, the French, bro. The French are immense. Ah, what a dive. There should be a yellow card for it. Okay, it's not a dive, I guess. That looks like a dive to me. The Belgians beat the US in the middle of the park. They don't have that freedom in this one. That is true. That is true. But look, I think that the USA there's a marking quality, right? I think that what happened is that the US had been riding high. They had been playing very well. I was a big fan of the US, but I just think that the quality, right? And then that mistake from the keeper destroyed everything. That mistake from the goalkeeper destroyed everything. And I think from there was no recovery. And then Belgium just took over from there. Because I think moments in football, like Farid always talk about, yo, Spain almost scoring there. But so I think that if the keeper had made the mistake, USA were looking quite dominant. But yeah, oh, that was almost a goal there. But I think in this match, Spain are going to dominate midfield. It looks that way so far. But then I think that with Doku, Dika Talleyrand, and De Bruyne, I think that they do have a better front three. CONCACAF teams all fell at the same level. USA, Canada, Mexico. Yeah, look, this iteration of Mexico, America, and Canada, I think this is probably the best. America, I think, is probably has been the same level. Canada, I think, played above their level. I think Mexico, this generation of Mexican players is not that great. I think we're just being honest. Mexico have had some very, very good teams that have been very, very dangerous. But right now, they're just not good enough. They don't have the quality right now. No matter who was coaching, no matter where they're playing, they don't have the quality now. They just don't. I don't know if there are any young Mexican players. They had that young 16-year-old that looked pretty good, right? But I don't know if there's a generation of youngsters coming up. I just don't think they have the quality. I don't think they have the quality. I just don't. But yeah. Oh, almost. So apparently, according to commentators, Onana and Tillmans are injured. So that is bad news for them. Those are two big players for Belgium. Mora is the future for Mexico. Yeah. The version of James Rodriguez. Yeah, let's talk about Colombia. Was just so disappointing. Dude, Colombia created so many chances, bro. I've never seen a team create so many chances over so many games and just not score, bro. Oh, you can't give that as a handball, bro. You can't give that as not even Michael Oliver can give that as a handball. You can't give that as a handball. He's so close. He's onside. Nah, that can't be. You can't give that as a handball. You can't give that. That's so close. Yeah, I've got an American commentator and he's like, oh, it's a handball. I'm like, dude, what's the guy supposed to do, bro? Yeah, Colombia. They looked so good, bro. Looked so good, but no finish in the box. That's why Norway has a shot. That guy can finish half chance nicely. Yeah, but I think with what Man City have shown and our team that beat Man City is if he doesn't get the ball, Haaland is useless. So England, I think they just won't let him get the ball, and that'll be it. You know, he's not unplayable. He's not like Ronaldo and like when I say Ronaldo, I mean R9. I'm talking about strikers like Eto and Ronaldo and George Weah and them guys. He's more like the like Batistuta, like the Van Nistelrooy type player, where like I think he's better than those two actually. But I think he's he's more of he's an out and out finisher. That's what he is. He's like the best finisher I think I've seen in world football, like in a very, very long time. Just pure finishing. Haaland is he's incredible. Like left foot, right foot, in the air, acrobatic finishes. He does everything. But unfortunately, he just doesn't. He doesn't like link up play. He doesn't do anything else. You know, Doku, pass the ball, bruh. Huh? Okay, there you go. What do you think of the Catalan guy? He's pretty. He seems like a pretty good striker. But if he can get 3 chances in a game, he gets 2 goals. Colombia has thousands of chances. Yeah, yeah. Look, I think you'd rather have a finisher than have you'd rather have a finisher because you know on the law of averages, even a bad team will create some chances. That boy, Bora Bude. Yo, Doku was destroyed there. So you rather have a finisher than that, than because you can create a million chances. If you don't score, it means nothing. I mean, you make the fans happy, I guess. They're like, oh. But if even if you're a bad team and you've got a good finisher, he's gonna score here and there, isn't he? And so you're bound to win more matches that way. Yo, this game is opening up now. Yeah, this game it's opening up. It's opening up. But I think this game looks good for Spain. Yeah? Lamar showing Doku that there are levels to this, bro. Oh man, my cousin hates Doku, bro. Yo, he does not like Doku at all, bro. Yeah, this World Cup has been pretty interesting, man. I think some pretty good teams have gone home, which has been unfortunate, right? I think if a few African teams have been in these quarterfinals, I think it was spiced it up a bit. Um, but yeah, Morocco were disappointing yesterday. They didn't show up at all, you know. Um, but Lamine Yamal is getting fitter and he's looking better, So Lamine Yamal gets fitter, and they've got Nico Williams who's also getting fitter on the bench. Spain might make a late run. They might make a late run, and but do they have the? Yeah, Lamine is looking good, man. Lamine Yamal, he's looking good. He's a good player. I like him. I like him. I like him. But do you think he'll get better than he is right now, though? Do you think he'll get better than he is right now, or is this like? Because no, we said that about a lot of players. Like, I know with age they'll get better, but like do dribblers get better with age? Yo, or you think for sure? How? Okay, how do you think he's gonna grow? Like he's not gonna get quicker than he is right now. Is he gonna become more skillful than he is right now? He's probably more skillful. Maybe in his decision making, he'll get better. Because like you look at Ronaldo and Messi. Messi, I think he's always been awesome since he was a lighty. I think the levels. I think when he was very young, he needed a bit of time, but as soon as he hit 19, he's been the same ever since. But Buenos Ronaldo, when he was a youngster, he dribbled a lot more, and he was more quick, lots of dribbling. But then, as he grew older, he went from the wing to the central, got more possession. Was more clinical in front of goal, was more goal orientated. Mbappe was lots of speed, but he's leveled up since. Yeah. No, Mbappe, yeah, for sure. Mbappe has gotten better. He has gotten better. But I think Mbappe there's a cutoff with Mbappe because of pace. I mean, pace is a huge attribute to how good Mbappe is, right? But of course, there's other things. His shooting is magnificent. His dribbling is magnificent, and his decision making has become better, and his finishing has become much better. So yeah, he's gotten better for sure. Mbappe's gotten better for sure. Yeah, Spain looking good here, man. I think Spain's gonna win this game. I think Spain's gonna win this game. I think Spain's gonna win this game. Because I think as long as it's streaky like this, right, it bodes well for Spain. Oh, yeah. So you think Lamine Yamal will go the same direction as Mbappe? Okay, I hope so. I hope so. It'll be good to watch, especially Mbappe being at Real Madrid and Lamine Yamal being at Barcelona. Barcelona. Such a good game so far, actually. End to end, entertaining stuff. Yeah, yeah. I'm leaning towards Spain. I think Spain are gonna win this game. First 20 minutes I've seen, I'll be shocked if Belgium win this game. I mean, those are gonna be some cracking. I mean, like assuming that Norway beats assuming that England beats Norway and that Argentina beats Switzerland, which I expect to happen. There will be some cracking semifinals, right? Argentina, England, and then Spain, France. So entertaining those semifinals. The problem I see for Spain is they don't have a finisher in the center of the park. This habit, you know, maybe Moreno comes in and after and starts getting service. Yeah, but you're right. I think Moreno is a good a cheat player, right? He's a good cheat player in terms of like he's a midfielder and then he makes late runs into the box. He does what Moreno does, right? Is what O'Reilly does for Man City. He's a player that you know what he does, but because he plays so deep, you don't anticipate him to do that all the time, and so it does become a problem because he makes late runs all the time into the box, right? But if you've seen him for Arsenal, right, Moreno, when he starts for Arsenal and he starts as a striker, right, he doesn't do very well when he starts as a striker. He just doesn't, because when he starts as a striker, everybody now you mark him like you play him like a striker, right, and then he loses advantage because he's not that quick, right? He's good in the air, but he's not that good in the air. You're right. He's a strong guy, but he's not that great at holding the ball up. He doesn't have much of a shot. So then he doesn't become, then he becomes rather redundant, right? If he starts the game as a striker. But if he comes in as a midfielder, like as in the second half or like half deep into the second half, he comes on as a midfielder and then he can run onto the ball, right? Then Moreno is a real threat, a genuine threat. But if he starts as a striker, he's useless. And I think that's the biggest weakness that Spain have, right? The biggest weakness that they have. And I also think that their defense has been tested. Yo, Lamine Yamal. That's a foul, referee. That's obviously a foul, referee. Come on, man. Otalabao. Yeah, Otalabao is useless, bro. They love him in Spain, though. Oyatabao. They love the guy in Spain. They love him in Spain. Oyatabao, but I've never liked him. I don't rate him at all. At all. I don't rate him at all. I don't rate him at all. Oh, the break in the break. Let's play some music.
African sports guy, he's on the ball. African sports guy, he stands so tall. From the pitch to the court, he's got the vibe. African sports guy. African sports guy.
That's all.
Come listen, come watch the African sports guy. Unafraid just for you, African sports guy. Representing your actual view, African sports guy.
My what's?
Come listen, come watch the African sports guy. Come watch the African sports guy. Unafraid just for you, African sports guy. Representing your actual you, African sports guy.
Okay, we're back. Okay, it reminds me of Raul. Bruh, don't be like that, buddy. You can't compare Oyata about Raul. Raul was a legend, bro. You know they used to call Raul at Real Madrid. They used to call him. His nickname was God. That's what they used to call him, bro. You know, I don't agree with that assessment of him because I don't think he is God. But you know what I'm saying. That's how highly they rated Raul. He's one of the best players ever to play for me. Raul Gonzalez was a great player. He's nowhere near Oyatabo, bro. I don't think they're in the same WhatsApp group. Anywhere near the same standard. Because Raul was a finisher. He was quick, especially when he was young. He was pretty quick, but as he grew older, he became quite wily. He was a brilliant finisher, bro. Raul was a great scorer, goal scorer. Outside the box, you know, making late runs. I mean, he was excellent. You know, he was a proper number 9. I think what they're trying to do with the Royata ball is they're trying to make him look like Fabregas. They're trying to do like a Fabregas thing. What Fabregas used to do for Barcelona and for Spain, right? Playing that like false number 9 thing. What's the guy that scored the goal, the winning World Cup goal for Germany again? What was his name? The German guy, is it Goethe? Mario Goethe, like what Goethe used to do for Germany as well when they won the World Cup in Brazil, right? They're sort of like late, like a post number 9 midfield type player, which is what I think Portugal should have done if they didn't want to play. If they don't want to play Gonzalo Ramos up front, they should have started with João Felix in that position, João Felix, or even Bruno Fernandes, you know. Yeah, Doku is trying to take on too many players by himself, but you know, you can't beat the whole world by yourself, bro. And De Bruyne, forever walking, bro. Rodri, I think Rodri is grossly overrated. He's a good player, very, very good player, but he's grossly overrated. Ballon d'Or, please, bro. Lamine Yamal looking lively. But also, look, Courtois. Let's not forget Courtois is in goal, right? He's a very, very good goalkeeper. So it's gonna take a lot to beat Courtois. Everything away from himself, putting more on his teammates. African sports guy. 25 minutes before today, nothing but turns like goals. So it's not about today. Good on with respect. I've got an American commentator. I thought we got rid of these guys. But he's got an English guy, so it's pretty good. I've got an American commentator. Belgium getting a hold of the ball now. They're looking pretty good, Baba. They're looking pretty good. Halftime 0-0. Yeah, there's every chance this game could go 0-0 at halftime. But I do think that once Spain scores, and I think they will score, I think it's game over. It's game over. It's game over. Because it just looks like it's just Belgium are trying. They're like the little engine that could. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. There we go. I knew that was coming. 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 Doku was caught sleeping. He wasn't defending, bro. Jeremy Doku. Yeah, it's funny. I said it, man. It was a good stuff from Courtois, but bad defending, man. Bad defending. Just ball watching. That Belgian defender, what's his name? He was just watching. He was literally just watching, man. Yeah, unless there's some tactical changes at halftime. Shame, poor woman. Yeah, look, I just think that Belgium have got it wrong. I think they need to put a bit more play. I think they shouldn't. I think either if I was Belgium, I wouldn't have started with Kevin De Bruyne, right? And I think you're right that because Onana and Tillman's got injured, I think Fari, you're right that because Onana and Tillman's got injured, they've had to make adjustments and start those two players, Doku and De Bruyne. But for me, I can see right now that they are being outnumbered in midfield, right? That's why Fabian Ruiz was unmarked in the box by himself. Under normal circumstances, Fabian Ruiz would be marked by some sort of midfielder, who's tracking his run, right? But you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spanish players were completely unmarked in the box, right? And so, I think that they need to bring in an extra midfielder in there and then take out Kevin De Bruyne. Or maybe put Kevin De Bruyne on the other wing, right? And then just put because Kevin De Bruyne is a liability right now in midfield because look at him, he's just walking, and he's not really defending. And against Spain, you need to work hard. Like Kevin De Bruyne should be marking Rodri, right? That's what they should be doing in this match. You should be tracking Rodri and man marking Rodri. You know. No Gallagher at the game, bro. No Gallagher. No Gallagher. Isn't he supposed to be some like scoffs at some of the stuff? Lamine Yamal is causing all sorts of problems for all sorts of problems for Belgium, bro. And lately, gonna be the one that saved me. Lamine Yamal looking excellent, bro. But the question is, why is Doku the one marking Lamine Yamal? Right? Where's the left back? Yeah, it's looking bad for Belgium, bro. This is looking bad for Belgium. And lately, gotta be the one that saves me. Courtois. Yeah, Spain look good, man. I mean, there's gonna be some drastic changes at halftime. But if Belgium make it to halftime, right? Because you're talking about halftime, right? But if they don't make it to halftime, there we go. Yo, why are Belgium so slow? They just seem so slow to get like to the second ball. The keeper makes a save. A Spanish player, look, like Spain takes a free kick, right? Courtois makes a save, right? A Spanish player jumps over a Belgian player to get to the ball first. It makes no sense. What's happening with the sort of like the Belgium? They just look lethargic. Yeah, lethargic is the word. Ah, referee, bruv. Poor position by the ref there. Yeah, I think they need to put in some young legs in midfield, bro. They see some hard work in midfield. I think that the midfield with De Bruyne is just not working. KDB, bro. I think it's one of those things where, like, I think we need to move on for some of these players, bro. Spain have. And France have as well. France have got rid of all their legacy. The what's his name? The midfield is what? Raskin and Bra. Dude, the midfield is bare. It's skint, bruh. This midfield is not going to contend with Olmo, Rodri, and Ruiz and Otayabo as well. They just don't have a midfield, Fari. They don't have a midfield, man. But they have to come up with something because I don't know, man. On the bench, what do they call on the bench? Witzel can come on, bro. He's better. Moreira, Salamakins. You have to try something, bro. You have to try something, man. I'll bring on Alex Witzel straight away and take out Kevin De Bruyne. That's something I'd make at halftime, right? Because you need to get a hold of the game, bro. You need to get a hold of the game. Look what they're doing, bro. And look at De Bruyne just walking. Look at him. He's just walking, bro. Spain are doing what they want, bro. They're doing what they want, bro. And then because Belgium have got so many people behind the ball, right? They have to do these Hail Mary balls over the top. This is just not gonna work, bro. Yeah, I mean Lukaku on the other side for Trossard, maybe play Trossard in the number 10, and then bring on Lukaku on the right. You're right. But for me, I would definitely take off football players, bro. They're so dramatic, bro. So dramatic, bro. Yeah, you're right. Because when you said on the right, I thought you were talking about Trossard. And Trossard, yeah, he's having I can't see him at all on the pitch. So Trossard, De Bruyne, they could both go off. Or maybe just take off Trossard, De Bruyne, take them off. And then bring in, Lukaku. Maybe we'll put Lukaku on the wing or something, but I don't know, man. Doesn't look good. Lamine Yamal. Yo, bruv. And whoever's on the left back. Why is Doku marking? Why is Doku marking Lamine Yamal? What is the left back doing, bro? What's his job, bro? Doku's playing left back, bro. I don't know, man. And so if Doku has to work so hard marking Lamine Yamal, he's not gonna have any energy to go and attack. Oh, there you go. Shoot. Ah, frig, bro. Belgium, bro. Ah, bro. Doku, ponate for them, bro. Go play there. Iwe! 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 I told you. The Spanish defense hasn't been tested at all, bro. It just hasn't been tested. It can be had. It really can be had. I would still take off De Bruyne and bring on a midfield. Yo, yo. What a goal. Great goal. Great goal. Great goal. Great goal there. Great goal. You have to take him out. Is it offside? Are you ahead of me or behind me? Yeah. Was it De Bruyne who put in the is he the one who put in the but look, here's the thing, right? They've had one good attack and they've scored, right? So you'd have to take him off because otherwise they're gonna get dominated the whole game. The Spanish, the thing about Spain, right, is like I think they're a good team, but oh, you're behind. Okay, oh yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Normally, you're always ahead. Huh? You're always ahead. Normally, the thing about Spain is that they very good team, but I think that they've got this force thing about they've got the best defense because they haven't been beaten the whole. They haven't been tested. Portugal didn't test them at all, and they really haven't faced any really. It's a foul. It's a foul. It's a foul. It's a foul. Yeah, you need the creativity, but I mean, like, look, even if you have the creativity, if you're just leaking goals. Kubasi, Power Kubasi. But the thing about the Spanish squad is very young, right? So you can imagine the next World Cup, they'll be very, very dangerous if they can find a striker. I have to say that this Belgian coach is a very good coach, right? Because with all the golden generation that they had before, Roberto Martinez didn't have them playing as well as they played in this World Cup. He just didn't. You think so? Yeah, the guy who's marking Lamine Yamal is called De Kuiper, and he's having a flame. He's having a flame. Yeah, I guess look, you have to think positive because I think I'm being more Mourinho than being Guardiola. I should be more Guardiola than Mourinho, I guess. In terms of like you want to think positively. Doku again marking Yamal, bro. It's a tough one, bro, for Doku, bro. It's tough for the Doku this game. He's had to do a lot of defending. A lot of defending. You're absolutely right. They have to play like a super half, like super half. But I like this Decatur guy. Lots of energy. He's very strong. You know, I like him. I like him as a striker. I like him as a striker. And he works hard. That's what I like about this Decatur guy. He works hard as well. But I like the coach. The bottom coach is a very good coach. I think he's coached his team very well. Five minutes extra time. 5 minutes extra time. I don't know what the hell that is, bro. This is a clearance, bro. Yeah, bro. As much as that goal. Oh, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. You guys missed out, man. Speaking of Leeds, you heard that Man United have signed your goalkeeper, Carl Darlow. He's now a Man United. He's now a Man United. He's now a Man United. He's now a Man United player. We're getting Leeds players, bro. Yo. Bro. Bro, that was almost a great break there by Belgium, but good defending by Spain, I guess. Yes, Carl Darlow is a Man United goalkeeper now. And then your other keeper, Melier, right, is beside by Arsenal, right? So Melier has gone to Arsenal, and Darlow is now at Manchester United. So Melier, although I like Melier, I really liked him as a goalkeeper. I guess you've informed me that he wasn't that great. I guess a few games that I saw, great control there. So have you guys made any signings, Leeds? I haven't researched it yet. Have Leeds made any signings? What's your transfer window looking like? They bumped into each other. Oh, Harry Wilson is gone to Leeds. That's a great signing. That is a great signing. That is a great signing. But he was on a free, right? I think he was out of contract to Fulham, right? How much did it cost you? Was it on free? That is a great signing. Harry Wilson to Leeds. He's got a fantastic left foot, bro. He's got a fantastic left foot. Such a great left foot, bro. Okay, there we go, Doku. You got the ball now. Do something. Yeah, not great from Doku there. He was on a free. We're hoping to support him with some midfielders and another winger / striker. He is a great signing. What's his name? Thing is, Tanaka is gone, right? Is it Tanaka, the Japanese player? I heard he's gone, right? But yeah, that is a great signing. Ayo Wilson is an absolutely great signing. I know Fulham did not want to lose him. They were offering him a new contract left, right, and center. He's a very good player. I would have loved to have my Manchester United, to be quite honest with you. Ayo Wilson. Wow, that's a great signing. You're going to have some proper shindigs next season. Half time. Okay. So I think it's a great match overall. It's been very entertaining. I think that Spain have created a lot of chances about actually finishing them off. And if they keep playing like this, I think they will win the match. Belgium, the one good chance that they created, they scored. You know, the team wants someone who's better at tackling and can rip up the net once in a while. Yeah, it's a very good first, very good, entertaining first half. You know, good luck to Leeds, bro. Good luck to Leeds. Man United have just signed Andre Santos and Edison and Carl Darlow. Those are our three signings so far this season. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, halftime. We'll see you after halftime. Let's play some DJ African Sports Guy coming back on the scene. You know, play some cheese, bruv.
The African Sports Guy.
They can take the trophy from the cabinet, but they can't take the sweat from the grass. Veritas vos liberabit. Truth shall set you free. We stood in Rabat under the stadium glare, the weight of the continent hanging in the air. We fought for 90, we bled through the rain. The lions of Teranga, we mastered the pain. But then came the whistle, shadow of doubt, the doubt. The world was watching what the game was about. On a gagné sur le terrain, avec nos propres mains. We won on the field with our own hands. But they wrote a new story when the morning came. Justice for the lions, let the truth arise. We saw the victory with our very own eyes. They stripped the gold, but the glory remains. The blood of the champions still flows in our veins. Standing out, stand tall in your pride. Soul of the game is still on our side. 2 months had passed, the streets were still out. Green, red, and yellow, a beautiful crowd, and a ruling in ink, a stroke of a pen, trying to tell us we didn't win. Then Article 82, a technical play, to take what was earned and give it away. C'est une injustice, un cri dans la nuit. It's an injustice, a cry in the night. The spirit of Dakar will never be quiet. Jumba, 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 Jumba. It wasn't a forfeit, Jumba. It was a stand. Jumba. The greatest team, Jumba. All of the land. The trophy might travel, the names might change, but the memory of January remains out of range. Senegal is champion.
Africa knows it.
Always.
Africa knows it. Africa knows it.
African sports guy. Yeah, you're locked in. The voice of the continent. Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. African sports guy. He's on the ball. African sports guy. He stands so tall. From the pitch to the court. He's got the vibe. African sports guy, keeping it alive. He's got the stats in the local news. No matter the colors, no matter the shoes. Lagos to Josie, the energy's high. Whenever you're ready, he's the guy. The whistle blows, the rhythm starts. He's playing the game right from the heart. The stadium is jumping, the spirit is free. The best in the business for you and for me. African sports guy, he's on the ball. African sports guy, he stands so tall. From the pitch to the court, he's got the vibe. African sports guy, keeping it alive. Yeah, he knows the score. African sports guy, coming back for more.
locked in. The voice of the continent. Turn it up! Turn it up! African sports guy, he's on the ball. African sports guy, he stands so tall. From the pitch to the court, he's got that vibe. African sports guy, keeping it alive. African sports guy, African sports guy, African sports guy, African sports guy. He's got the stats in the local news. No matter the colors, no matter the shoes. Lagos to Josie, the energy's high. Whenever you're ready, he's the guy. The whistle blows, the rhythm starts. He's playing the game right from the heart. The stadium is jumping, the spirit is free. The best in the business for you and for me. African sports guy, he's on the ball. African sports guy, he stands so tall. From the pitch to the court, he's got the vibe. African sports guy, keeping it alive. African sports guy, African sports guy, African sports guy, Would you like me to add any specific slogans or catchphrases you use on the show into the lyrics?
Started the season looking so clean. Yeah, best team in the league, that's what we've seen. But when it's November, the pressure kicks in. Bottle it down, here we go again. We're buying strikers, spending that bread. But come the summer, trophies on fit. The fans start dreaming, this year we're first. But second place is our eternal curse. Bottle FC. Hey, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Bottle FC, that's the legacy. Bottle FC, that's the legacy. Bottle FC, that's the legacy. Always second. Bottle it down. Here we go, here we go, here we bottle it down. Here we go, here we go, here we bottle it down. Here we go, here we go. That's the legacy. Here we go. Champions League dreams turn to dust. Fighting for fourth, it's just what we trust. Top of the table in December's glow, but February's when we fall slow. The pressure is mounting, the fans they shout, come on Arsenal, don't let us down. But that's the pattern, been there before. Second place knocking at the door. Bottle FC, yeah, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Bottle FC, that's the legacy. Bottle FC, yeah, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Hey. We've got the talent, we've got the flair, but when it matters, we're not quite there. Bottle FC, that's the name. Year after year, it's the same game. Bottle FC, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Oh yeah, Bottle FC, that's the legacy. Bottle FC, that's the legacy.
Arsenal. Battle FC, in it. Yo. Yo, Arsenal. Battle FC, in it. Yo. Started the season looking so clean. Best team in the league, that's what we seen. But when it's November, the pressure kicks in. Battle it down, here we go again. We're buying strikers, spending that bread. But come the summer, trophies unfed. The fans start dreaming, this year we're first. But second place is our eternal curse. Battle FC. Hey, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Battle FC. Hey, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Battle FC. Oh, wait, second. Battle FC. Oh, wait, second. Battle FC. Oh, wait, second. Oh, wait, second. Champions League been turned to dust. Fighting for four, just what we trust. Top of the table in December's glow, but February's when we fall slow. The pressure is mounting, the fans they shout,
Come on, Arsenal, don't let us down.
but that's the pattern, been there before. Second place knocking at the door. Battle FC. Hey, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Hey. Battle FC. Hey, that's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Hey. Battle FC. We got the talent, we got the flair, but when it matters, we're not quite there. Hey. Battle FC, hey, that's the name. Hey. Year after year, it's the same game. That's Arsenal, can't you see? Second place is our destiny. Oh yeah! Battle Arsenal. Battle FC. In it. Yeah. Arsenal. Battle FC. In it.
We are back. We are back. We are back. We're back. We are back. We are back with the second half. So far as I can see, there's been no subs made. No subs made so far in the second half. I do think that they need to be subs made to play with you, but anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. No subs made thus far. I don't. You guys think that'll go to? We'll see. Belgium are going to change. So second half, it looks pretty much like the resumption of what was happening in the first half. Spain having majority of possession. The Belgium seems to have changed shape a little bit. Trossard, looks like Korea looks very upset for some reason. I don't understand why. Bro. The Getala looks good, looking good, man. Looking good. I think a lot of people might want to buy him because of the situation. I mean, Tottenham are buying players left, right, and center. Why not him? That's a foul. Belgium looks to be sticking to, like, I think they've said, look, let's stick to Spain a bit harder. Let's play a bit harder. Let's defend a bit more force. Yo, Doku does look like the danger man. He does look like the danger man. Again, it seems like that's the form of the game, right? Spain attacking, and then Belgium trying to get something back on the counter. Now, they seem, I think this is the first World Cup. This was the first World Cup where there were no Real Madrid players whatsoever in the Spanish team, right? Of course, that changed when Cucurella signed for them. So now they do at least have one player, although he's never played for Real Madrid, but he is a Real Madrid. Technically, he's a Real Madrid player. Oh, what a pass! What a pass! But it was offside. It was offside. Yeah, it's offside. But it was a great save by Courtois. Offside, but great save by Courtois. Well, let's see. You see. I don't know, like more of the same, man. Looks like quite an exciting second half to be going there. I think Belgium have always been sort of like the little brothers of European football, right? The little brothers to France, the little brothers to Spain, the little brothers to England. They've never really been like the big dogs, and so I think there is an issue there in terms of like an inferiority complex. I think when it comes to Belgium, when they're facing the bigger teams, right? I mean, they bully the other teams in the world, but they can't really face the Frances, the Portugals, the Belgiums, the sort of the Spains and the Englands of the game. They always lose. They always seem to lose to those teams consistently. But this World Cup is a World Cup of a lot of firsts, right? Maybe this will be the World Cup that changes everything. Goodness me, bruv. They are manhandling Doku, bruv. Yeah, but quarters might be the best chance for Belgium to do anything, bruv. So let's hope they can do something, yeah? Justice for the Lions. Yo. An English goalkeeper blowing the whistle on a corner. That's interesting. Justice for the Lions. But I think the second half, you see that Lamine Yamal is looking to run in behind the Belgium fullback, right? Before thinking coming, before Dogu can come and double team him. So now I think what he's trying to do now is trying to sort of like negate the sort of marking of Doku. You know? And I think because obviously he comes on the inside a lot, right? Lamau. So obviously, inevitably, I think the guy that's going to be marking a span is obviously Doku. I think, and that's the problem that Doku is facing at the moment. That he becomes the primary defender really when he shouldn't be. Just service resumed. Service resumed. Mm. Yo, Daniel Olmo there with the football conversion as if he's playing American football, which they play in SoFi Stadium normally. I think he's getting confused with the sport. I think Ferran and Pedri are about to come on, and I think Oyatabo is gonna come on because he's been a ghost, right? And whoever's playing on the and you might want to take off Daniel Olmo, I guess maybe as well for Pedri. Fabian Ruiz look good. But it's good movement, man, from Spain now. Spain look much better in the second half. Oh my goodness. It's just like just coming back, bro. Man, it just seems like this is an inevitable game where Spain is going to win this game, bro. But on this showing, I don't think either squad is gonna scare France at all, bro. Because if I'm France, I'm not quaking in my boots about any of these teams. I'm looking at this play. I'm not scared of. If I'm France, I'm not scared of Spain in the least bit. right? Because Doku has shown that this defense is very, very susceptible, very suspect defense. And I always say that about Spain. Like Spain have a lot of the ball, right? And so the defenders never really get tested. So if you can test this Spanish defense, you can defeat it. And I think Belgium have just shown it. Pretty much the first chance they got, they scored, right? And since then, any chance they've gotten, they've looked like scoring. And Spain really look vulnerable at the back. You know, if you can get the ball off, the problem is that you can't get the ball. Look at that. Look at that. Yo. Yo, 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 yo. Spain sliced open there. Wow. Wow. So Baena and Ruiz coming off, which I think is a bad move. Out of Captain Fabian Ruiz. Yeah, Belgium are making their push. They are looking good, but I think Spain is still going to win this game. But I would say that if I'm France watching this game, I'm not scared in the least bit. I'm not even a little bit squeaking in my. I think Lamine Yamal may be a little bit scary, but some of the stuff that Spain does, man, is just so beautiful to watch. Though they are very pleasing on the ice, Spain, especially their movement off the ball. It is very, very pleasing to watch. But if you see how Doku is destroying the sort of Spanish defense, now imagine Mbappe. Now imagine Debele. Now imagine Olise. Now imagine Badr Bakola. Now imagine Due. Come on, bruv. Come on, bruv. Yeah, Spain, I think, are going to score. And I don't think Belgium got another goal in them. I mean, I know they proved me wrong before, but but it just looks like it's inevitable that Spain are going to score one of these chances. It was a terrible cross from Pedro Porro. Yep. I told you. Witzel is coming on. I told you. Witzel is coming on, and so is Lukaku. Oh, Miles Garrett, the new Miles Garrett, the new LA signing. He is going to destroy, bro. In LA, Miles Garrett is going to destroy, bro. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the new NFL season. I just can't wait. It's going to be so exciting. LA is going to be. You guys are. Fari, you're so lucky you're in LA, bro. I know you don't support the Rams, but I'll get to come. I would be part of. Yeah, it does look. It's quite surprising that Lukaku is coming on this early. I wonder who he's coming on for. I wonder who he's coming on for. I wonder who he is coming on for. Miles Garrett is a massive human being, man. Dude, he's a reigning MVP, bro. He's a reigning MVP. He's still good, bro. He's still good. He's a reigning MVP, bro. What do you think Lukaku's coming on for? That should be a yellow card. It's a yellow card. How's that not a yellow card? Yeah, Doku's not Messi. Lol. Trossard. So, but who's gonna mark? Who's going to mark Kukurea though? If Lukaku comes on, I guess he's gonna be running up and down marking. Maybe Dicateller can Dicateller because he has played on the wing before, right? Yo, come on. But I like the fact that the Belgium coach is making he is making he's making a change because I think you can see that the game, if he doesn't do something soon, the game's gonna get away from him, right? So he has to make a move. He has to pull the trigger. He has to pull the trigger. Let's see who's coming on for. Okay, Trossard is coming off. Trossard is coming off for Witzel. Okay, it makes sense. It makes sense. So the Kuiper guy who's struggling on the left against Lamine Yamal, he's off. So they bring in some fresh legs, which makes a lot of sense, right? And then Lukaku is then going up front, and De Ketelaere is going on the flank. Kodo doesn't want to catch anything this game, huh? Yo, Doku sold him the. Yo, okay. Cross the ball, bruv. That's a penalty. Oh. There's a man ball stuff in there, bruv. Nah. That's a handball, though. But nah, you can't give that a handball. Wow. Yamal is completely unmarked, bruh. I don't know why they're leaving Yamal unmarked, bro. I know he goes wide, right? I think you have to go and mark him. You can't just leave him there by himself. Nah, it's not a handball. Yeah, I agree it's not a handball. It's not a handball. I agree it's not a handball. It's not a handball. But looking, somebody shoot, bro. Yo, Spain. It's offside, surely. Belgium are way too narrow. They're way too narrow. You can't just leave Yamal there by himself, bro. Yo, bro. They're gonna pay for it one of these days, bro. Hey, Belgium are they're living on a prayer, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're living right on the edge, bro. Because they're leaving Yamal just unmarked and he's just causing so many problems for them, bro. You know, yo. But Kevin De Bruyne is playing a bit deeper. Well done. Good defending from the Belgium guy. Imagine your first appearance and you have to go mark Lamine Yamal. I think Belgium now are looking to just counter. Yeah. Yeah, look, I think that if they don't change the tactics on Yamal, he's gonna score. He's going to score. It's like what I was saying yesterday against with the Mbappe, that these players are they're too good. They're just too they play too well. You just cannot just look right now. Yamal is completely unmarked right now. Completely unmarked. Right? Doku is dosing, bro. Doku is dosing right now. And Spain are working their way. Look, to Yamal. Oh, bro. They're being very lucky, bro. Very lucky. Very lucky. They leave this Gary Yeager, Dara. You can't do that. You can't leave this Gary Yeager, bro. Dude, what a dive from Doku there. Great dive from Doku there. It's working because Lamal is not fully fit, as we know, and he seems to be just kicking everything at the goalkeeper so far, right? Everything is going at the goalie so far, right? So everything's going at the goalkeeper so far. Drinks break! Hydration break. Yeah, I don't know, man. This game is close. I think it's gonna take one goal from one side or the other. I think whoever scores next is going to win the game, I think. And for me, it looks like Spain will score next. I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure. But I would say that Spain looks like they are good for it, bro. They look good for it, bro. African sports guy. They look good for it. But like talking NFL, bro. Miles Garrett, bro. Yo, he looks like a beast, bro. That guy is huge. He is a massive human being. It's gonna be so exciting looking at LA, bro. The LA Rams, especially what they did with their secondary as well, getting Duffy. They're all in. I think they're all in. They're probably gonna go bank. They're gonna be in trouble for the next couple of years coming up, right? They're gonna be so much trouble, right? In terms of they're giving away all their draft picks, yeah. Okay, let's play some songs while waiting for this.
In their eyes, the season starts with hope and pride so strong. But fate, it seems, has led them all along to
to a path of near misses and lament,
where trophies flee and dreams are spent.
they chase the crown with all their might,
But stumble when the finish line's in sight. Oh,
hear the cry through every year.
They won the league, so we can play that song now with impunity because they won the league. They won the league, so it's not a big deal anymore. It's not like they're gonna be upset about anything. KC, Kansas City. Bruv, Kansas City. You got your money on Kansas City. You know, Mahomes is injured, right? You forget that he's injured, right? He's torn his ACL or something, right? You know. So you know, I think that I don't know, but I don't think you can put much stock on Kansas. I think Kansas. I don't know, man. I'm not. I think they'll have a good season, but I don't think they'll be. I think it's gonna take him some time. It's gonna take him some time to get back to form. So I'm not. My mind's not. You know, offside, obviously. Every year, buddy. If you talk about a song every year, look, Arsenal have won, so you know they've got. But we'll see whether the next year they will. Because next year now they are the favorites, right? Arsenal are the favorites to win everything next year, because Courtois off. Courtois off. Courtois off. That's so disappointing. Belgium are just so unlucky with injuries, bro. So unlucky with injuries, bro. I don't know, man. No, I'm saying Mahomes will be injured, right? That's what I'm saying. Like he's gonna be injured, so he's not gonna be there. He's certainly not gonna be there at the beginning of the season, right? And then he's gonna take him some time to get over his injury. So I don't think he'll have the time. And so I think that that Mahomes will, you know, in the end he might do something, but I don't think that you know. And if they make the, because remember their division is tough, bro. Because the Raiders with Tom Brady heading the recruitment, they're gonna do something next year. You know, they've got the Mendoza's there, so hopefully he can level up the team. You've got the Chargers that are looking, you know, that probably will look to improve in Harbaugh's third season now, so he should be getting some results. And then you've got you know, again you got Peyton at the what you call it, at the Broncos, and you know, there's no reason to say that that team will be worse. You know, so he's not going to get enough. I don't think he's going to have time to do what he wants in that division. You know, because I think he's not going to have time like to play his way back into fitness. That's why I think that Mahomes is not a good factor. I think next season, and then also, you know, they're rebuilding. They're looking for wide receivers. They haven't really recruited that well. I don't think you know, the running back is of course amazing, but yeah. In terms of Sunny Lemons, bro, I don't know, man. I like Lemons. He's my favorite. I love him. I not like him. I love him. Love him. Love him. But I think that, you know, to come in such a big game, I think it's tough, bro. It's tough, bro. It's tough, bro. Of course, it's better than Onana. Come on, bro. He's better than Onana. By far, he's better than Onana. Onana, na, na, na. But I think it's tough for him to come in at this stage. I think it's really, really tough for him. I hope he doesn't make a mistake and that kills his confidence. But he is, what he's known for, Sonny Lam is what he's known for, is being a very calm and cool character. He's very cool under pressure. Since he does a lot of like visualization to like, you know, to keep a cool temperament. But he does catch a lot, which Courtois hasn't been doing this game. So in terms of like, you will catch a lot of balls. But yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he got a bad break. I think he made a lot of money at Manchester United. He made a lot of money. For an African player, that's always a good thing because you want to take care of your family. But I think that at Man United, the pressure is the pressure, bro. Is the pressure. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but I think under pressure he's not that great. He buckles under pressure, makes too many mistakes. Too many mistakes. And I think the first thing you got to do if you want to succeed at Manchester United or at any of the big clubs, by the way, not necessarily Man United alone, but like there's a difference between playing for for AC Milan and then playing for Manchester United. It's a big difference. So I would say that in terms of temperament alone, Sonny Lemons is a better goalkeeper. He's also bigger. He's a bigger goalkeeper. He's better at set pieces. I mean, he's in England he is he's a godsend in England because in England, right, with how they officiate set pieces, he's a godsend because he's big, he's tall, he catches everything. And so for me, he's been one of the signings of this, if not the signing of the season for Manchester United, right? So for me, yeah, he's better than Onana. I don't think Onana got a bad break. I think he had his chance. He had his chance, and he didn't take it. I don't know about that. I thought Mendy did well at Chelsea. He won a Champions League with Chelsea, right? And then David James played for a very very long time, and he was black. He was a brother. I just think that goalkeeper is a place where you can't make mistakes, right? So the first thing, so the first thing you have to do as a goalkeeper is you can't make mistakes, right? And of course, if you make mistakes, then if you're a brother, then of course that makes it doubly hard because people don't forgive you as much. With other players, they might be like, no, he's young, blah 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 blah. Give you more of a chance to bed in. But if you are, yeah, James was under pressure when he was playing for England, but when he was playing for Liverpool and other teams, he wasn't under pressure. It was cool. It was only when he was playing for England because the English, they did at that time they didn't really like black players playing for them, and so like that they had a vote. They had a vote where they said in one of the newspapers, I think it was the Daily Mail, where they put in a poll, right, to say would you rather have a donkey play in goal or David James, and the donkey won by like 90%. I remember. And so what the English team did then, they didn't attend any press conferences. They did what they were meant. They just would attend, right? They would do a walkthrough, but they wouldn't say anything. And they did that for like, it was David Beckham who initiated as a captain in protest of that of that statement that would rather have a donkey play for Man United, a donkey play for England or David James. So that was so he was under a lot of pressure playing for England, a lot of pressure, unfair pressure. You're absolutely right there. But Onana, I think Onana, it wasn't unjust. I think he messed up a lot, man. He messed up a lot. He messed up a lot. Look, we had Bosnich, like England, no, Taibu, right? Who was a white guy. He came, he played what? One game, 2 games, and then he messed up and Ferguson that. The guy was there for 3 weeks and he was gone, bro. It's like, it's the pressure, man. Just like they give black players stress for missing penalties, they don't want black players in the goal. It is true. It is true. I think it's maybe one of those things where, like, the quarterback position a couple of years ago, like 15, 20 years ago in America, the quarterback position wasn't really for black players. And then, like, I think it's the same thing with the goalkeeper position in England. They don't really, if you make a mistake, you're under pressure. Nico Williams coming on, bruv. Nico Williams is a D, bruv. Nico Williams is on, bruv. He's a very good player. He's a very good player. Yeah, look, the bar is very high for black players, for sure. You're right. But I think that's changing, right? I think it's changing. I think France is leading the way. I think France and Portugal are really leading the way. France and Portugal have got no problem playing black players, no problem whatsoever. And when you've got like France, where the majority of players are black, the captain is black. They don't really, and the French people don't mind. By the way, they don't care. It's not like one of those things where like the coach is forced. No, I've been to France. They don't care. They don't care. Look, the Doku thing, I think is absolutely ridiculous, right? I think it's absolutely ridiculous, right? I think that's a personal decision that everybody makes, right? Some players are okay, right? We're saying, fine, cool, I'll just do a video call. And that's okay, right? Because the World Cup is a once in a lifetime thing. Comes, you might never, ever, ever play in your World Cup ever again, right? And you're gonna, and some people might say, fine, you're never gonna play in the World Cup again. That might be your one and only chance. And then, you're gonna see your kid, so like your kid's gonna disappear, Some might say, look, the most important thing you can be in life is be a father, right? There's nothing more important than being a father in life, right? And so if you're not there for the birth of your child, then what is the point? And so I can understand both arguments. I would lean towards the be there for the birth of your child. That's the most important thing. Football is football. It's a sport. You're representing your country, yes, but it's still, it's a sport. You have to be there for your kids. And so for me, I'll be on that side of the pendulum. I think that there is a bit of racism laced in that. But I think what's happening with Doku, the reaction wasn't from his team. And the reaction wasn't from of a lot of Belgian people were not really pissed off with him. And I think a lot of his teammates were not, no one in his team was pissed off with Doku. I think it was people who were outside of Belgium who seemed to have taken such a big offense with that decision. It wasn't a controversial decision at all. And by the way, right, it was a decision that people knew before the World Cup began. Like they knew. These days, when your child is going to be born, right? So it wasn't like a surprise for the Belgian team that Doku suddenly wanted to go see his kid, right? It happens, man. It happens a lot. And some players don't mind. I know there was another football player whose son was born as well during the World Cup, and he just did it through via video call, right? Via video call. And I think also as a coach, right? As a coach, if your player is thinking about the birth of his child, he's not going to be focused on the game, is he? So look, I just think it's a personal decision, and nobody has the right to say anything about it. Especially when it's not a surprise. It makes no sense to me. Look, Onana, for me, Onana was not good for Manchester United. He just wasn't, right? He wasn't good. So, I think, whether the guy is black, white, orange, pink, whatever, if he's not a good goalkeeper, he's not a good goalkeeper. He wasn't good for Manchester United. He just wasn't, right? He made too many mistakes. He made way too many mistakes. He's a good player. I think he's a good manager, especially at feet. His distribution is really, really good. But he just wasn't a good goalkeeper for us. He made too many mistakes. And also he was too small, I think. And so with the physical nature of the English Premier League, he got especially when it came to situations like corners, he struggled, man. He struggled against corners. I mean, we've always lost to Arsenal with Onana because they just score every corner. But with Lamans now, bro, he's he's very good in the air, bro. He catches the ball. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yo. So for me, yeah, no, Onana was not a good goalkeeper. I don't think he was a good goalkeeper. He was okay, but I don't think he was brilliant. I don't think it was good enough. Look, Sonny Lamont is a definite upgrade. He's better. He's better. And it's not because he's because he's white or whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I think what happens in England, right, and in Europe, right, is that I think what happens in England is that a lot of the black players are more athletic than the white guys, right? I think that's pretty obvious. I don't think I'm saying anything controversial. So they don't tend to play goalkeeper. They tend to be outfield players. So that's why you don't get a lot of black goalkeepers. I think the players just tend to take advantage of the athleticism and play elsewhere, right? Whereas in Africa, of course, somebody has to play goalkeeper. That's why you tend to see the black goalkeepers in the Premier League or in Spain or Europe, whatever. They tend to be African because of that situation. But look, the French goalkeeper is black. The Japanese goalkeeper is black. And there are a lot of white goalkeepers in France. So the French goalkeeper is black. De Bruyne coming off. Tottenham Hotspur, I think it's ridiculous. If I'm being serious, I think they've destroyed the transfer market for everybody. Right? They really have. Them and Man City. I think 140 million, 120 million pounds for Elliot Anderson. I think is ridiculous. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I think Moreno's coming on. Moreno to the rescue. Moreno to the rescue. They have to be so careful of Moreno. But I think Tottenham spending 100 million pounds for Tonali. Farisha, you yourself know, bro. That's ridiculous, man. 100 million for Tonali. Come on, bro. I think let's just be. I think let's just be reasonable, bro. Spain are now going for broke, bro. They're going for broke in this game now. They're like the last 10 minutes, we're just gonna go for broke. But Tonali to 400 million is just a joke. It's just a joke, right? It's just a joke. And then 85 million for Mateus Fernandes. I think if Tottenham was still in the Premier League, right? If Tottenham was still in the Premier League, if West Ham was still in the Premier League, it makes that's a reasonable price. But the fact that West Ham are in the Championship, bro, you could have waited and put pressure, right? Which is what Manchester United wanted to do, which is what Arsenal were trying to do, right? But now what they've done, right, with Tonali being for 100 million, Arsenal want to buy Morgan Rogers, right? They genuinely want to buy Morgan Rogers. But if Tonali is worth 100 million pounds, how much is Morgan Rogers worth, right? Arsenal want to buy Bruno Guimaraes, right? But if Tonali is worth 100 million pounds and Mateus Fernandes is worth 85 million pounds, how much is Bruno Guimaraes going to be worth? And so it destroys the whole transfer market, right? It destroys the transfer market. I mean, I think it's just, I don't know, man. But look, it's their money. They can spend it however they want to spend it. But I think, for me, it makes no sense. But unfortunately, Lemons makes the mistake. It's a shame. It's a shame. Lemons, it's a shame, bruh. It's a shame. Moreno, bruv. But inevitable. I said it was inevitable. It's inevitable. Poor Belgium. Poor Belgium. Laman should have caught that ball. Shame, bro. Look, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But look, at the end of the day, right? If someone shoots, your defenders should be there to bail you out, right? But it's unfortunate for him. It's unfortunate. I wouldn't call it a howler. I would call it a howler. I would call it a howler, but it's unfortunate. The thing about Courtois, he tries to catch about Lamans, he tries to catch everything. He tries to catch everything, right? It's unfortunate. But like the first goal that they conceded, right, was also a rebound, right? So you would think that that Spain, that Belgium would have been awake to it. But it's unfortunate, man. And now what do Belgium do now? Because Spain now just want to keep the possession, and they're very good at keeping possession. They'll just pass the ball. They'll just pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. But look, Spain are the better team. They deserve to be winning. They were the ones who were pushing for a goal. But 7 minutes, 7 minutes is a long time, bro. Spain is very difficult when they are ahead, right? They are one of the most difficult teams to score against when they're ahead because they have so much of the possession, so much of the ball that it's very difficult for you to get the ball back. Look, I think it's the biggest game of his career. Like, can you imagine like on debut against the first game you play for the World Cup is you come on, in a quarterfinal. It's against Spain. It's such a difficult game, bro. So I feel for Courtois. I really think it's a tough one for Courtois. Yeah. So I think what's happened because of what Man City and Tottenham have done, right? All the transfers have been suspended, right? So now people are just coming down, waiting for things to calm down. I think now that Manchester United bought Andre Santos for a reasonable amount of money, which is like 48 million pounds, but effectively 50 million pounds, right? I think what you see now is you see a lot more teams are now going to start buying players now because they'll be like, very cool. Andre Santos has now recalibrated the standard for transfers. It's come down to a reasonable standard. Oh, Belgium! Oh, bro! Oh my gosh! Oh, dude, did you see that? Dude, this game might not be over, bro. This game might not be over, bro. Bro, that's like a tackle. They like tackle. Look, Laporte literally tackled that guy, man. Tackled Douglas. It's a rugby tackle, bro. Huh? Yeah, this game might not be over, bro. This game might be over because look, Fare, I've told you, bro. You see, the Spanish defense hasn't been put under pressure. Yeah, they haven't put under pressure, bro. The Belgian, like the Spanish defense has been put under pressure because they get so much of the ball, and so I think the problem is that they are susceptible. The thing about Moreno, right, is that you have when he comes on, you have to mark him as a striker. That's the thing. You can't think of him as a midfielder. So what teams do? They sleep on the guy, and then he punishes you. Because when he comes on, he's not coming on to get possession. He's not coming on to show the midfield. He's coming on to score. That's what he's coming on to do. You know? And so if you're not awake, you will suffer. Yeah, it's difficult to get the ball for France. It's difficult to get the ball off for Spain. Sorry, but as I was saying, like I think now that that Andre Santos has been bought by Manchester United, I think that that could be a red card. That could be a red card. So I think now that, as I said before, now that Man United have bought their player, I think that recalibrate. I think you'll see more signings now. I think it was madness. But look, from a Tottenham point of view, from a Belgian point of view, from a Tottenham point of view, right? They they said to their fans like never again, right? Never will they be in the position that they were at the end of the season again, right? And so if you look at that situation where they, for the past 2 seasons, Tottenham the season before were like what 15th, right? They were not very far off relegation, and then they were literally in a relegation battle. So the board said never again. We're never going to be in this situation again, right? And so from their point of view, right, they don't trust what they have, right? Although, like I've counted, right, they've got like 8 midfielders now, like because you got Papesa, you've got Bentacore, you've got Besima, you've got Gallagher, you've got Bergval, you've got what's his face, the guy who's gone to you've got Ad Gray, you've got I forget another guy. He's another guy I'm forgetting, right? And then now you're adding Tonali, and now you're adding Mateus Fernandes, right? That's now 8 central midfielders, right? Now we start adding people like Madison, right? What are you going to do with Madison? That's now 10 midfielders. So I think what they said, they don't trust any of those guys, the guys that they had before, right? And so what they're doing is they're rebuilding their midfield. And so for them, they're saying, look, I'd rather spend 185 million pounds on 2 midfielders that I can trust, that will not put me in the same position that I was before, right? And and so I can understand why Tottenham are like rebuilding, right? But you have to also look. They didn't only do that. They got a new goalkeeper. Dubravka is there as well. They got him on a free. They bought Van Hecke from Brighton for 55 million pounds, right? And then they also got Senesi from Bournemouth as well on a free. So if you see, and then they got Robertson on a free as well. So Robertson is on leadership. He plays left back. They got 2 new centre backs, right? Because obviously Van der Ven and Romeo were a madness, absolute madness, right? And then they've also got an experienced goalkeeper in Dubravka, right? Which they desperately needed, a proper goalkeeper, Tottenham. And so for me, they rebuilt midfield because if you put in Gallagher, Tonali, and Mateus Fernandes, that's not a midfield that's going to get it. That's not a midfield that you can scoff at. That's a good midfield. And then with Van Hecke and Senesi was wanted by a lot of clubs, and he was on a free as well. So for me, that they've rebuilt their team, like the heart of the team has been rebuilt, and they got Dubravka there as well. So I think that's a very, 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 very good, very, very good transfer window for them. And but they still need a striker. I don't think Richarlison gets injured. He was the top goal scorer, but he gets injured a lot, and so does Solanke. They've got Kolomwani, and they've got Mateus Tel. They probably need, Kulishevsky's going to come back. Look, if Kulishevsky comes back, if Madison is fit, if Mohamed Kudus comes back, that team looks a bit scary. That's a very, very good team. And with De Zerbi as the coach. So I can understand, why they would do that. And of course, I think they've just said, look, we just need to spend money. You just need to spend money. And so, but who's going to buy their players? Who's going to buy all those midfielders? So, that's the problem that they have, right? Who's going to buy Wanana Sa, Wanana Besuma, Wanana. But look, I wouldn't mind one of those. To be honest with you, I wouldn't mind one of those midfielders. One of the ones that are going to get rid of, whether it's Benteke, Sa, Besuma, just as a sub for us, so that we can have a good squad. And you guys as well. And you guys are talking about Leeds needs some midfielders with a bit of bite and can tackle. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yeah. Archie Gray, maybe we can get Archie Gray. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, they do need to sell. So a good victory for Spain there. They will face France in the semifinals. Did Spain deserve to win? Yes, they did. They were the better team. I think they were by far the better team. They were attacking constantly, and and so for me, it's a fair result. Leeds might be looking to pick up one for sure. Leeds, for sure. So for me, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So, but no, I just don't think Spain is gonna cause France any sleepless nights. I just don't think they are. Their defense looks suspect. The keeper looks suspect. The center backs, especially that is a Kobasi, does not look like he can handle Mbappe. For me, Saga, for me, it's like a no-brainer. So I think that France. I think France will be looking forward to going to the final once again. The 3 finals in a row for France. I mean, they've been utterly dominant this tournament. So we'll see tomorrow. Tomorrow, guys, please stay tuned. I will have at 11 a.m. Central African time, or Central African time plus 2 GMT. I will be going live again to do the sort of a rumor mill transfer daily story. I'll be going live at 11 a.m. That's plus 2 GMT, 11 a.m. So please stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, please, on the channel so that you can be part of, that when I'm going live, when I'm not going live. Cheers, Fari. So guys, have a great night. Or a great afternoon or a great morning, wherever you're watching from the world. We do have fans from everywhere, from Bhutan to Bangladesh to Australia to America, South Africa, everywhere. So yeah, and guys, please just remember, please pray for those who are experiencing xenophobia at the moment. We are all Africans. We're all Africans. In fact, everyone on this planet came from Africa. That's where we're all human beings originated from Africa. So please, let's not kill each other. So let's just be safe, and let's not let politics dictate our brotherhoods. So let's be safe. We say no to xenophobia. To my brothers and sisters in South Africa, please, let's love each other. We're all Africans, guys. We're all Africans. And also to the guys that are experiencing the wildfires in Spain, we pray for you guys. Please stay safe. And God bless you guys. This is African Sports Guy signing out.